Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please sit. Good afternoon. First class philosophy. Ready to be philosophers? Okay. Am I audible to online students? Audible? आवाज में कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है? पीछे वालों तक को सुनाई दे रहा है? ठीक है. So, before we start our philosophy optional classes, congratulations if you have decided to take philosophy as an optional. Why? Because very interesting, very interesting, and it's a courageous act because generally people think philosophy पढ़ रहे हैं, पता नहीं क्या पढ़ लेंगे हम लोग, ऐसी कौन सी बातें करेंगे भगवान की और पता नहीं किसकी बातें करेंगे और पता नहीं लॉजिकल है कि इलॉजिकल है. very logical, very short syllabus and very scoring. Only thing that has to be done is firstly regular revision and secondly practice. Any subject is as good as you make it. Means आपने कोई भी सब्जेक्ट लिया लेकिन अगर आपने प्रैक्टिस नहीं करी तो नंबर नहीं आएंगे, और अगर आपने उसमें इफेक्टिव तरीके से प्रैक्टिस करी तो नंबर आएंगे. सिंपल फंडा, नो रॉकेट साइंस. तो आज हम अगर स्टार्ट करेंगे फिलॉसफी को एज एन इंट्रोडक्टरी क्लास, वी विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इनटू टू रिस्पेक्ट्स. फर्स्ट एज ऑप्शनल, कि ऑप्शनल के तौर पे फिलॉसफी कैसा सब्जेक्ट है, क्या है उसके अंदर जो हमें पढ़ना है, how many papers, how many subjects, how many topics, and how we will approach it. हम कैसे पढ़ेंगे उसके. मैं चाहे कितनी भी harmless दिखती हूँ, but as a teacher I am very strict. So if anyone is not ready to do hard work, तो भाई देख लो, क्योंकि अगर अब फिलॉसफी के तौर पे या हमारे एज अ स्टूडेंट आ रहे हो तो मेहनत तो करनी पड़ेगी. Because I cannot, because it feels bad to me if someone is my student and that student doesn't get selected, क्योंकि उनका फेलियर भी कहीं ना कहीं मेरा फेलियर बन जाएगा, है ना. It will be my student is not getting cleared, my student is not getting selected. This means तनु मैम ने शायद उतना अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाया होगा, और ये बात मुझे सुनना बिल्कुल. आवाज नहीं आ रही है? आवाज को थोड़ा सा तेज कर दो. अब आ रही है, लेकिन अब एको आ रहा है थोड़ा सा. पता नहीं क्या कह रहे हैं वो जो भी कह रहे हैं वो कम कर दो. अब ठीक है? आवाज आ रही है? अब नहीं आ रही? हाँ, उतना तो ये तुम लोग पीछे बैक बेंचर बनने का इतना शौक क्यों है? आगे आ जाओ. हाँ, नहीं तुम लोगों, इन लोगों ने तुम्हें बिठाया नहीं है, तुम बैठे नहीं. अच्छा, बैठाने से तो मना नहीं किया ना आप लोगों ने. अच्छा, नाउ इज इट ओके? इट्स ओके नाउ, बैक बेंचर्स एंड ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट. कैन आई गेट अ मैसेज चैट जहां पे पता चल जाए एम आई ऑडिबल टू ऑनलाइन स्टूडेंट्स? प्लीज समबडी पुट इट यस आई एम ऑडिबल टाइप्स. Yes, okay, fine. So as an optional we will see what are the things that we should be knowing, and optional के अलावा philosophy as a subject. देखो philosophy as a subject के बारे में आज हम जो चीजें पढ़ेंगे, not all of them are asked in examination, but before you prepare for examination you must have certain insight and idea about what is the subject, because directly diving into the syllabus of philosophy it is like कि philosophy क्या ये तो नहीं पता, लेकिन प्लेटो पूरा पढ़ा हुआ है, एरिस्टोटल पूछ लो. तो इससे क्या होता है ना, इंटरव्यू वाली स्टेज पे जाके ना बच्चे आधे, और बेस्ट पार्ट ये भी है, बेस्ट भी है और बुरा भी है, दोनों पार्ट्स है कि फिलोसफी का सिलेबस इतना सा, फिलोसफी इतनी बड़ी इस कमरे जितनी है ना, और फिलोसफी का सिलेबस इस पेन जितना, जो हमें ऑप्शनल में पढ़ना है. ठीक है, तो अब इस कमरे जितनी फिलॉसफी के इंसाइट को हम अगर देखें तो हमारा सिलेबस तो इतना सा है, लेकिन इस सिलेबस को पढ़ने के बाद भी हम क्या कहलाएंगे? फिलोसफी स्टूडेंट्स। और इतना ही एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है। तो उस कमरे का एक ओवरव्यू आज हम लेंगे, थोड़ा थोड़ा, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं, लेकिन थोड़ा थोड़ा ओवरव्यू लेंगे। लेकिन असलियत में पढ़ना सिर्फ इतना है, और इसी को पढ़ेंगे, इसी से क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, इसी से मार्क्स आते हैं, और इसी से सिलेक्ट हो जाते हैं। इसके अलावा बाकी सब जो भी चीजें हैं वो हमारे इंटरेस्ट की चीजें हो सकती हैं। जैसे आप इस चीज में बड़े इंटरेस्टेड हो सकते हैं, ये टाओ फिलॉसफी क्या है, चाइना की फिलॉसफी क्या है, रशियन फिलॉसफी, ये सब हमारा सिलेबस ही नहीं है। दैट्स नॉट पार्ट ऑफ आवर, so it can be part of your interest, but it is not required at this stage, because whatever it is, ultimate aim of these philosophy classes is to get good score and pass the exam, and only after that we will enjoy all other hobbies of philosophy, है ना। तो जब हम पढ़ रहे होंगे, कोई बच्चा मेरे पास रशियन फिलोसफी लेके नहीं आएगा, मैम ये भी तो फिलोसफी है, लेकिन हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है। तो जितनी भी फिलोसफी की जो हॉबीज है वो हम कब परस्यू करेंगे? आफ्टर गेटिंग selected. You get lot of time, don't worry, lot and lot of time you will get when you can read other philosophies, read for leisure and talk philosophical. अभी philosophical बात करोगे कम लोग सुनेंगे, सिलेक्शन के बाद philosophical बात करोगे, सिंपल फंडा। तो फोकस क्या होना चाहिए अभी? एग्जाम, है ना, क्लियरिंग योर एग्जाम। बुद्ध भगवान की बात भी लोगों ने कब सुनी? सपोजिटली एक नॉर्मल से घर में या नॉर्मल सड़क पे जाते हुए एक व्यक्ति ने अगर बुद्धत्व प्राप्त कर लिया होता, सुनते? वो प्रिंस थे, उन्होंने राज्य छोड़ा, तब जाके उनकी बात को तो बुद्ध बन गए। तो इसीलिए आपको भी अगर अपनी कोई भी फिलॉसफी कभी भी बतानी है तो उसके लिए क्या जरूरी है? सेलेक्ट होना, ठीक है। हमारा प्राइमरी फोकस सिलेक्शन ही रहेगा इस ऑप्शनल की क्लास में। एंड सिलेक्शन मींस रीडिंग मोर और राइटिंग मोर, both are important, but most important is expression and writing. That's very very important. How many of you think more notes are merrier? ज्यादा नोट्स, किस किस को, कौन कौन यहाँ पे नोट्स का कलेक्टर बनने आया है? नहीं आया? देखो फिलॉसफी ऑप्शनल में मैं बनने भी नहीं दूंगी, ठीक है, क्योंकि मोर नोट्स मेक मोर कंफ्यूजन्स। तो हमारा पैटर्न क्या रहेगा? अगर हम सिंपलिस्टिक टर्म्स में लिखें तो हमारा पैटर्न रहेगा क्लास नोट्स आई विल प्रोवाइड, printed notes I will provide, and until and unless you have finished these you will not touch anything else, anything. I know X market notes, Y market notes and Z market notes, है ना। इनमें से काम की जो बातें थी मुझे लगता है कि वो हमारे नोट्स में आपको मिल जाएंगी, लेकिन फिर भी मन होता है, एक इच्छा होती है, एक फोमो होता है। फोमो क्या होता है? फियर ऑफ मिसिंग आउट। यार ये नोट्स तो देख लिए, ये तो देखे ही नहीं, बगल वाला बच्चा बैठ के तो एक्स नोट्स देख रहा था। पहले अपने नोट्स पढ़ लो, उन पे कमांड हासिल कर लो, उसके बाद एक्स वाई जेड ए बी सी से शुरू होके कितने भी नोट्स पढ़ो, देखो, इम्प्रोवाइज करो, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज बुक्स। बुक्स कौन सी खरीदनी है? अभी कोई बुक नहीं खरीदनी, कोई भी बुक अभी नहीं खरीदनी। नो बुक इज made specifically for philosophy optionals. All the book in the markets are general philosophy books which are not tailored to the requirement of philosophy optional. There are very good areas in those books, but those books or those areas will be useful once we have understood, once we have command over basics. notes के ऊपर हमारा command हो गया, फिर हम वो books पे जाएंगे, फिर मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि हाँ अब CD शर्मा से इतना पोर्शन आप पढ़ लीजिए, अब वाई मसीह से ये पोर्शन पढ़ लीजिए, या OP गावा से आप ये पोर्शन पढ़ लीजिए. I will tell you the books when they are required. If you have more money, donate. Put it into some good use or save for yourself. Don't just go out of that spending spree. अरे यार फिलोसफी ऑप्शनल पढ़ना भी शुरू कर दिया, किताब भी नहीं है मेरे पास, 4 किताबें तो लेके जाऊं मैं आज घर से, राजेंद्र नगर आया हूं तो, है ना. बहुत मन करेगा, बहुत मन करेगा, जिस बुक सेंटर पे जाओगे मन करेगा 4 किताबें तो खरीद ही लूं, है ना. खरीद लेना जब जरूरत हो तब. अभी खरीद के रख लोगे, पढ़ोगे हो नहीं, वो रखी रहेगी शेल्फ में, और फिर वो पता नहीं आप लोगों को वो कचौटती है कि नहीं कचौटती है ना. लेकिन मतलब मुझे लगता था एज अ स्टूडेंट, है ना, इफ देयर इज अ बुक व्हिच आई हैव नॉट रेड बट आई हैव बॉट, सो आई फील कि यार कब पढ़ी जाएगी, पता नहीं पढ़ी भी जाएगी नहीं पढ़ी जाएगी, है ना. सो वी विल बाय बुक्स व्हेन इट इज रिक्वायर्ड. सिंपल. देन आफ्टर दैट मैं आपके डाउट्स लिख के लाई हूँ ताकि ना एक एक करके पूछोगे. ऐसे अच्छा मैंने कहा पहले ही हम लोग सारे सॉल्व कर लेते हैं फिर पढ़ना स्टार्ट करेंगे, है ना, शक शुबा रह ना जाए. ऑप्शनल के नंबर कितने होते हैं, पहली चीज अगर हम बेसिक समझने की कोशिश करें, 2 पेपर है, पेपर 1 एंड पेपर 2. इन पेपर 1 देयर इज इंडियन फिलोसफी, देयर आर 10 philosophical streams or 10 philosophical schools that we have to read, only 10. Fine. 3 heterodox, 6 orthodox and 1 contemporary. Then there is Western philosophy, somewhere around like 17 philosophers are there. Western philosophy means पाश्चात्य दर्शन. पाश्चात्य दर्शन मतलब अब वेस्टर्नर्स की जीन्स पहनते हैं, मैकडोनल्ड्स खाते हैं, सब करते हैं, लेकिन हमें वेस्टर्न फिलॉसफी नहीं पता कि क्यों, ऐसा क्यों है वहां का कल्चर. व्हाट इज द थॉट प्रोसेस ऑफ वेस्टर्न फिलोसोफर्स. प्लेटो का नाम किस किसने सुना है? प्लेटो, एरिस्टोटल. किस किसने कभी टी शर्ट खरीदी है जिसपे लिखा था आई थिंक देयरफॉर आई एम, या कभी देखा है किसी को पहने हुए आई थिंक देयरफॉर? क्या मतलब है आई थिंक देयरफॉर आई एम? अच्छा कौन कौन सेल्फ हेल्प बुक्स पढ़ता है? अरे पढ़ते होंगे ना, सीक्रेट, और कौन सी है वो, रॉबिन शर्मा, सब. हाँ, पावर ऑफ सबकॉन्शियस माइंड, वी मेक आवर डेस्टिनी, वी मेक आवर फ्यूचर, थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच, एटॉमिक, all the self help books whatever are inspired somewhere or the other from philosophy, especially इंडियन से भी है. इंडियन में वो इंडियन वाले जो ऑथर्स है ना, गीता का ज्ञान, कर्म कर फल की चिंता मत कर, भगवान हर जगह है, कन कन में भगवान है, भगवान की मर्जी के बिना तो पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता. ऑल दीज थिंग इंडियन फिलोसफी का ज्ञान. ये दोनों, ये पेपर 1 कंप्लीट. मेजॉरिटी ऑफ थिंग्स दैट आर देयर इन फिलोसफी ऑप्शनल, जो हैवी, जितना भी हैवी पोर्शन है ना, बस यही है. ये 17 फिलोसफर्स और ये 10 स्कूल्स, ये ही है सबसे ज्यादा. 60% जो हमारा काम है, 60% से भी ज्यादा, कई बार 70% हमारा जो काम है वो यहीं पे खत्म हो जाता है. इसके बाद हमारे जो पेपर 2 के टॉपिक्स हैं, एक है फिलोसफी ऑफ रिलीजन. फिलोसफी ऑफ रिलीजन, रिलीजन कहता है भगवान है, देयर इज गॉड. कोई डाउट है क्या? अगर कोई प्रीस्ट बैठे हैं मंदिर में, उनको डाउट है कि भगवान है कि नहीं? मौलवी बैठे हैं, उनको डाउट है कि नहीं अल्लाह है कि नहीं? डाउट नहीं है ना उन्हें. रिलीजन को डाउट नहीं है भगवान है या नहीं, आत्मा है या नहीं. रिलीजन इज नॉट इन डाउट. बट फिलोसफी इज नॉट रिलीजन. Philosophy is a science of questioning and doubting. So philosophy will ask, okay, there is God. Evidence. You must have certain proofs. If you are saying there is God, there must be certain proofs. तो एक आदमी ने उठ के कहा नहीं भगवान नहीं है, तो फिलोसोफर क्या बोलेगा? क्यों? भगवान नहीं है, प्रूफ? भाई नहीं है कि भी तो प्रूफ देने पड़ेंगे। है भी है तो भी प्रूफ मांगेगा फिलोसोफर, और नहीं है तो भी प्रूफ मांगेगा। तो फिलोसोफर थीस्ट है कि एथीस्ट है? थीस्ट, एथीस्ट मतलब भगवान को मानता है या नहीं मानता? Yes, philosophers are not theists and neither they are atheists. वो भगवान के विषय में आपके जजमेंट नहीं दे रहे हैं। फिलोसफी में देयर इज नो जजमेंट, है ना? दिस यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. It is discussion which is going on till now, and all our answers will never be in the tone of judgments. They will be in the tone of arguments, discussion. So we will evolve the discussion. We will evolve कि देखो प्लेटो ने ऐसा कहा था भगवान के बारे में, उसने ऐसा कहा था, उसने ऐसा कहा था, उसने ऐसा कहा था, और इससे साइंस ऐसा कहती है, रिलीजन ये कहता है, इसीलिए ऐसा लगता है कि ऐसा हो सकता है नहीं बोलेंगे हम। भगवान है या नहीं कभी नहीं बोलेंगे। हम क्या बोलेंगे? प्रूफ्स इसकी तरफ ज्यादा है, प्रूफ्स इसकी तरफ ज्यादा, इन सिंपल टर्म्स। ठीक है? So philosophy of religion has application from paper 1 and it is very interesting. इसके questions ऐसे हैं, जैसे समझो, अगर भगवान सर्वशक्तिमान है, if God is all powerful, how many of you believe that God is all powerful? And raise your hands. Until and unless it is interactive, it will not be, interesting. हाँ, God is all powerful. And how many of you think God is kind also? Kind. Okay. Then why is there so much pain in the world? So supposedly a child is fighting from cancer, 2-year-old child. If God, can God cure him? Should God cure him because he's kind? Why? कुछ मतलब समझ में आ रहा है? कुछ वो आ रहा है कि कहाँ किस तरह से। अब लोग जो थीस्ट है वो क्या एक्सप्लेन करेंगे कि भगवान काइंड है, पावरफुल है, बट स्टिल क्योर क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? देयर मस्ट बी सम रीजन। लाइक इन इंडिया वी बिलीव इन कर्मा थ्योरी। कुछ पुराने कर्म होंगे शायद, ऐसा बोलते हैं ना घर वाले, कुछ पुराने कर्म होंगे जिसके कारण से ऐसा हो गया, दुख आ गया। एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ थीस्ट। साइंस क्या बोलेगी? जेनेटिक डिजीज, जेनेटिक environmental effects which has caused this disease. Will they believe in God? नहीं। और जो एथीस्ट है वो क्या बोलेंगे? भगवान है ही नहीं, वरना ऐसे छोटे बच्चे को कोई कुछ कहता। तो ये सब आर्ग्यूमेंट्स चलेंगे, इंटरेस्टिंग आर्ग्यूमेंट्स, और ये फिलोसफी ऑफ रिलीजन का सब्जेक्ट मैटर है। इट्स द सब्जेक्ट मैटर ऑफ फिलोसफी ऑफ रिलीजन। देन नेक्स्ट इज सोशियो-पॉलिटिकल फिलोसफी. This part is very, very interesting as well as useful in your GS papers. Socio-political philosophy like means equality. Equality means should all of you be treated equal? Yes? Okay. Now equal means all girls and boys should be treated equally? Depends on the circumstances. ना जैसी circumstances जोड़े तो अब सब्जेक्ट बन गया। अब सबको इक्वली ट्रीट करने का मतलब, किसी ने रूरल बैकग्राउंड से एकदम स्टार्ट किया है ना, सोशल डिसेबिलिटीज थी, कास्ट डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हुआ उसके साथ, क्या उसको भी एक अर्बन बैकग्राउंड के बच्चे के साथ इक्वली ट्रीट किया जा सकता है? कुछ उसको बेनिफिट देना पड़ेगा उठाने के लिए। तो इक्वालिटी की कोई स्ट्रिक्ट डेफिनेशन हो सकती है? सबको इक्वल मार्क्स मिलेंगे कल से तो कोई पढ़ेगा? तो इक्वालिटी किस चीज में होनी चाहिए और किस चीज में? when we should treat people equally and when we should not treat people equally. Definitions like or concepts like democracy. Democracy is good or monarchy is good? Democracy is good. Why? Better than monarchy. Why? People get to decide. But if people choose wrong person, then they suffer. But should it be like, each time choosing, or should monarchy be, if there is a good king, should monarchy be a good thing to as a political system? Can it be a good thing? We will see. This is the point of discussion. Monarchy is good or not? What is secularism? Why every religion thinks that, they are the absolute truth? Female discrimination in the sense like women discrimination. क्यों होता है? क्या reasons हैं? हम इतने सालों से कोशिश कर रहे हैं, क्यों नहीं ये ठीक हो पा रहा? Caste discrimination क्या है? All of these things. What is sovereignty? What is state? What are rights and duties? How many of you think that you have rights? You are in a free country, India. You all have rights. How many of you think that you also have duties? अच्छा, rights बताओ, एक दो. Right to speak, right to move, right to life and liberty. Duties बताओ. Maintain cleanliness और maintain communal harmony. अच्छा, फॉलो रूल्स. देख रहे हो तुम लोगों को ड्यूटी के मामले में कितना कम एकदम मतलब रटा हुआ. और राइट्स के मामले में प्रैक्टिकल. राइट टू स्पीच अभी बोल रहे हैं हम रोकना मत. वी आर इन अ फ्री कंट्री. ठीक है, तो कैसे टॉपिक्स है ये पेपर 2 में भी यूज आएंगे, ऐसे में भी यूज आएंगे. बहुत सोशियो पॉलिटिकल तो मतलब ऐसा है जो आपकी ओवरऑल आंसर राइटिंग को इम्प्रूव करता है. जब आपको डेमोक्रेसी जैसी चीजें पता होती हैं तो यू कैन राइट देम ऑन वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ वेरियस आंसर्स. ओके, सो दिस इज द, एंड यहाँ पे भी 10-10 टॉपिक्स हैं, बस 10-10 टॉपिक्स हैं हमारे. ठीक है, तो कुल मिला के लगभग कितने टॉपिक्स हमें पढ़ने हैं? 40. मोटा मोटी राउंड फिगर 50. राउंड फिगर्स इजी रहती हैं. 50 टॉपिक. इसके अलावा दिस इज, अच्छा और कौन कौन से आपके डाउट्स हैं? टाइम टेबल कैसे हम मैनेज करें? अनदर डाउट इज हाउ टू मैनेज योर टाइम टेबल. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर हैविंग 1 class a day? How many of you are having 2 classes a day? 3 वाले भी है कोई? तुम्हारा जीवन तो बहुत मुश्किल है. ठीक है, देखो आपके लिए मेरे पास कोई रास्ता नहीं है, लेकिन in essence for the right proportion and balance we should divide our time, energy and effort according to marks objectively. जितने नंबर का पेपर उतना टाइम एफर्ट हम डिवोट करेंगे. जीएस कितना है? 1000. ऑप्शनल कितना है? और ऐसे कितना है? 250. तो अभी ऐसे तो आपका जीएस के साथ लगभग कवर हो जाएगा, बाकी पोर्शन फिलोसफी के साथ हो जाएगा. कुछ बीच में तैयारी के अंदर कुछ दिन आप बीच में अपने एसए की प्रिपरेशन के लिए रख सकते हैं अलग से, क्योंकि इसको डेली करने का उतना एसेंस नहीं निकलता. तो यानी कुल मिला के अगर हम आपके दिन की बात करें तो आपका दिन किस प्रोपोर्शन में डिवाइड होना चाहिए? 2:1. 2 slots for GS and 1 slot for, अरे समझ लो ऑप्शनल. ठीक है, यानी अगर आप 12 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो तो कितने घंटे जाएंगे ऑप्शनल को और जीएस को? इस 8 घंटे में स्टैटिक प्लस करंट अफेयर्स प्लस एमसीक्यूज प्लस आंसर राइटिंग प्लस एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, जो जो आपको करने का मन हो वो आप यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं इन सिंपल टर्म. 4 hours फॉर ऑप्शनल. 2 घंटे की क्लास, 1 घंटा आना जाना इसी में एडजस्ट कर लो. अब छोटा ऑप्शनल लिया है तो कुछ फायदा होगा, है ना. और 1 घंटा लगभग 1 से 2 घंटा सेल्फ स्टडी एंड रिविजन. ट्रस्ट मी व्हेन आई एम सेइंग, क्लास करके कभी किसी का सिलेक्शन नहीं होता. सिर्फ क्लास करके, क्लास करके से मतलब सिर्फ क्लास करके. क्लास में हम सुनते हैं समझते हैं, लेकिन what makes you get selected? Self study, things you have written in your class, things you have read in your class. When you go back, revise, learn, and you are able to write it, then you are on the right path of selection. So this 1 hour or 2 hours are not pardonable. This is also not pardonable, but this is also not pardonable. आप इसको छोड़ नहीं सकते. ठीक है. टाइम टेबल, किसी को और कोई डाउट टाइम टेबल में? कैसे मैनेज करें टाइम, क्या करें? देखो, टाइम नहीं मैनेज कर सकते तो जिला मैनेज करने को नहीं देंगे. सिंपल है ना. आज नहीं मैनेज कर सकते तो कल भी नहीं कर पाओगे. तो अगर मैनेज करना है तो आज से करना है. सिंपल. इफ यू कैन नॉट मैनेज योर लाइफ, योर प्रिपरेशन, डू यू थिंक इंडियन गवर्नमेंट शुड गिव यू important tasks to manage? Simple. Objectively decide, divide, schedule and do it. Simple. 12 घंटे नहीं पढ़ रहा है कोई बच्चा, कितने घंटे पढ़ रहा है? 8 घंटे पढ़ रहा है. तो अच्छा, फिर मैथ्स आ गया, सी सेट आ गया अचानक से. चलो तुम 9 लो यार. ठीक है. Divide according to your own potential and things. Next, timetable is done. How will I write answers? How will I write answers? How will you write answers? Don't worry. I will make you write answers and I will, oh, okay. I will make you write answers. Don't worry. We will learn technique. We will learn how to write, how to start, how to present, articulate, everything. Don't worry. Philosophy answers, no issues. Each week we will be having test. After each philosopher, we will try to have certain tests, answer writing things, so that whatever we are learning, we are also able to put it on paper. Because whatsoever, your paper is the only thing that will get you selected, because that is the only thing that is going to the examiner. अगर photo जाती है ना, if your photo goes, your nationality, regionality goes, or religion goes, all of these things, if they used to go, or even the kind of circumstances you are in, like, ma'am, I could not study, or sir, I could not study because this happened in my family. I could not study because of certain issues in my finances, or I could not study because of this issue in my health, whatever. Does this go to the paper or examiner? So when this doesn't go, this means that whatever is that is getting you selected is only your paper. So you have to work on that. How we will work? Leave it to me. Don't worry. Answer writing we will do. Next, tests. When there will be tests in philosophy class, after each philosopher, after each section, and at the end there will be full length tests. Apart from that, we will also make a PYQ booklets. PYQ booklets means we will cover all the PYQs, and if you have done that, you will score really, really good. That's a no-brainer, because in optionals and especially philosophy, questions repeat many times, and this repetition of question is which gives you an edge. If you have learned certain things, सीधा जाओ, खटाखट खटाखट, go and write. in your fluent manner. Okay. Apart from them, how will I score more? Will I score more with philosophy? Yes, 300 plus can easily be. Okay, in next class I'll show you a fact. It's not here right now. This year, the person who has scored the most in toppers, you know, among first few toppers, the person is from philosophy. He scored 319, and his selection and rank was definitely based on. Other toppers are also there, but generally their selection has been based on. This means if you work hard, you can score. Feel absolutely comfortable with your optional, because that is the key. If you are comfortable, then you can read it, learn it, and write it. Okay. Apart from that, what we will do? You will make it, or we will give you 50 topics. लिख लिए. First slot read, पढ़ लिया. Second slot learned, रट लिया. Third, first revision. With each revision you will do answer writing. First revision, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. 7 revisions. People who are targeting 2026 will do 7 revisions. People who are targeting on like 2025, मतलब 7 plus होगा उनका तो 2025 at least 5 revisions at least. People who are targeting 2023 at least 3 revisions of full syllabus. बहुत बड़ा काम नहीं है. Each philosopher can be condensed to 2-3 pages. 50 topics means 150, 200 pages. 200 pages. So once you do that, it's quick revision. But a revision is important, and you all have to make this, because until and unless you have data for your performance, it doesn't get translated into performance. In simple terms, when you know that your revision is pending, then you keep it in mind and then you revise. Else, we keep busy being busy in our daily lives. Okay. Apart, any other doubt which is left? No doubts? Okay, fine. Now, philosophy as a subject. Philosophy as a subject. Philosophy is art of questioning. It's not answering anything, but art of questioning. And you can understand a person's intelligence by the questions that person is asking. Like if a person X is asking a question, tell me what fruit I have in my orange box. Is it a good question? This is a lame question. And if that person is saying, if you answer me right, I will give you all the 5 oranges. If you answer how many oranges I have, then I will give you all the 5 oranges. Look, if the questions are not right, the answers will also be lame. If the question is lame, answers will be lame. So philosophers have an art of asking very deep questions, very, very deep. And these are the questions that somebody, or all of us must have asked sometime in our life. Like, how many of you have ever wondered, why are you here on this earth? There must be some purpose to your life. What is your purpose? Come, eat, drink, marry, party, grow old, marry, have kids, and earn money, earn respect, fight with some people, love with some people, and then die. Have you ever thought? Okay. नहीं सोचा? अच्छा, why is this earth here? Earth? Why is it here? Any ideas? These are deep questions. Now we are talking deep like philosophers, and these are the deep questions which early philosophers dwelled on. What is this world made up of? Now science says it is made up of matter. But how many of you know about Einstein? Einstein gave this. What does it mean? E stands for? M stands for? C stands for? So mass can be, or matter can be translated to energy. Nuclear atoms and reactors all work on this principle. So in essence, world is made up of matter or energy. But matter is what? Energy. So is there anything as matter or only energy? Anything which can be transformed can be replaceable also. So world is made up of matter, and world is also made up of energy. थोड़ा deep question कि आखिर दुनिया बनी किस चीज से है? What is the essence of this world? And philosophy as a subject also deals with deep thinking and is the mother of all subjects in the market. Okay, philosophy. When philosophy talked about society, it became sociology. When philosophy talked about polity or politics, it became political science. When philosophy talked about origin of humanity, it became anthropology. When philosophy talked about mental things or conscious things, then psychology. When philosophy talked about human body, anatomy, biology, chemistry, when it talked about chemicals, alchemy, when it talked about physical laws or matter, then it became physics. What is the name of Newton's book? You will all go back and check today. Philosophy of, check the book's name. Okay? So all the subjects have originated from one subject only, and that is philosophy. That is why philosophy is known as the mother of all subjects. And any subject you want to grow higher, what is the highest degree that you get? PhD. PhD matlab doctorate of philosophy. So if you do PhD in sociology, then you become PhD in sociology. This means you know the philosophy of sociology. Can you understand? So in its domain comes all the important subjects, and these philosophers we will be reading or meeting 50 people. 50 people we will be reading or meeting are talking about all these things, but not all we need to do as a student of philosophy option. As an inquisitive person, as a person who is a student of philosophy subject, they can read, but we are not required to read. So Plato must have told about or said or written about hundreds of things, but we will study only those portions which are required in our option. But yes, it has concerns with all of these. Now let us start with, today we will be starting with Western philosophy. Indian philosophy is relatively easier because we are Indians. We are acquainted with the terms like Atma, Bhagwan, Ishwar, Brahm. All of these terms we know a little bit, and they are more easy for us to understand and get acquainted with. But philosophy or Western philosophy is generally considered to be relatively difficult part. So let us start with the most difficult part, because जो भी difficulty आनी है वो पहले ही आए, बाद में नहीं. And if you eat the frog first, किसी ने सुना है? Eat the frog first thing in the morning. There's a book by Brian Tracy. Means do the most difficult part first. Okay. So story of Western philosophy starts with the advent of humanity itself. आदमी आया, आदमी ने आते ही सबसे पहले वंडर किया, ये बारिश क्यों हो रही है ना? बारिश हो रही है तो कौन कर रहा है? ये पेड़ पौधे कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? ये अचानक से फल कैसे आ गया? सोचो ना, उसको तो कुछ पता नहीं है. So the man or the person is wandering and trying to make sense of nature, that how and where these things are coming from, and in this manner they tried to grow as a civilization. Our story starts with Thales. He is the father of philosophy. So Thales thought that the world is made up of, or the universe is made up of water. He found that everything gets either dissolved in water or gets affected by water. So everything must be made up of water. So fundamental element of the universe according to Thales was water. But then again his student Anaximander came and he said, no, not water, but there are two opposing forces which keep changing, and there is change in the world. Things are changing. There is always some change. Seeds grow, small shrub, plant, tree again gives fruits, then falls down, back to earth, decomposes, again new seeds. So things are changing. Always there is a change. So according to him, there are two opposing forces which are always responsible for changes in the world. Few others came. Some said fire was the component which made up the world. Some said this, some said that. And some people said कि change when छोड़ो, change relative है, like sophists. Sophists were the people in Greek region of the universe or the earth, and there they were talking about relativism. ये कॉफी, कौन कौन कॉफी पीता है? How many of you? कॉफी नहीं, मैं दे नहीं रही. मैंने तो बताया कि कौन कौन पीता है. How many of you like coffee? And how many of you don't like it? This means this coffee is good or bad? Depends. Depends on the liking of that person. If they like it, then it is good. If they don't like it, then it is bad. Sophism. ये सब हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है ना? ये सब सिर्फ कहानी इसलिए हमने सुनी ताकि अब हम अपने रियल हीरोज को इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकें. इसके बाद जो हमारे एंशियंट ग्रीक फिलोसोफर्स जो हमें पढ़ने हैं वो कौन से हैं? प्लेटो एंड एरिस्टोटल. इनके गुरु थे, प्लेटो के गुरु थे, वो क्या थे? सोक्रेटिस. ये ग्रीक फिलोसफी के अंदर सोक्रेटिस का क्या रोल है? कहानी पता है किसी को सोक्रेटिस की? नाम सबने सुना है? अच्छा, हाँ, questioning people. So Socrates was the person who wandered around in the Athens, and there he used to ask, किसी को भी पकड़ लेते थे, उससे questions पूछने लगते थे. तुम्हारे हिसाब से कौन कौन humans हैं? है ना? वो कहते थे नहीं, हम सभी human हैं. तुम भी human हो? हाँ. Are you the human? Yes. What are the characteristics of human? Now in his asking, he used to make other people's uncomfortable to the level that when they found their own inconsistencies in their words, they used to reach the truth and that was his method. This is a Socratic method or dialectic method. This is his method. Example, how can you use it in your life? Today, go to your Dadima or Nanima and tell them, Dadima, you have always said that everything happens because of the will of God. Everything. This means if I am not studying, whose will is it? God. So whose responsibility is it? God. So when should I be punished for anything which I am not responsible for? What is this? Inconsistencies in our thoughts and actions? But Socrates used to do this. And what will your grandma do? है ना? Tapli? है ना? Similar thing happened with Socrates. People of the administration and the people of the state at that time thought, ये बिगाड़ देगा, है ना? He'll make youth go berserk. So let us kill him. So he was given a pot of poisoned wine to drink, and he drank it, and he died. Of course, that story we will do again when we will do Plato. But he died for his ethics. He had the chance to run away, but he did not run away because he wanted to remain still on his ethical grounds or principles. Socrates भी हमारे syllabus में नहीं है. हमारा syllabus start होता है प्लेटो से. ये वेस्टर्न फिलॉसफी का कौन सा पीरियड है? Ancient period. After that came medieval. Medieval period was also known as the Dark Ages. Here we are doing historical analysis. You are understanding? Just to have a big picture of what Western philosophy is, how it evolved, and later we will connect it to our syllabus. Okay. So what is medieval philosophy? Medieval philosophy or medieval times in Western philosophy were dark ages. Why? Because there was so much domination of religion, specifically Christianity and church. And they were so dominant, so dominant. Can you question church or their beliefs or their practices? नहीं कर सकते ना? Supposedly somebody goes and the church says, really, was there a Jesus? Proof. What would happen to that person? Simple. One out, 2 out, 3 out. Will there be other people who will question? So that inquisitiveness against these principles was put down because of orthodoxy. That is why it is known as Dark Ages. That only thing that flourished in those times was religion, and religion alone. Nobody could question anything. But there were certain people who tried to explain the words of God, to explain the words, proof of gods. So now they were given this Bible, they were reading and they were like, भगवान ने 7 दिन में दुनिया बनाई, है ना? God made this world in 7 days. How is it possible? So now they gave explanation. On the first day God this, second day God did this, and this is how, this is why. All of these explanations, like you people do, right now? If you don't get selected in first attempt, what explanation do you give? I was not prepared, this was just my first attempt, I did this wrong. All of this is what? Explanation to justify. If you get something good in your life, then also you justify. It was my hard work and persistence that kept me going. Explanation, but fine. So these people, Saint Anselm and Saint Augustine, also tried to explain God and the manners of God. भगवान बहुत kind है. दुख क्यों है? क्योंकि भगवान टेस्ट करना चाहता है. Who all can believe in him when there is suffering? How can I test you? So if we so it is like पुरानी चाणक्य की कहावत है कि दोस्त की पहचान कब होती है? When do you realize that, or when can you test your friend? When you are flourishing, when you are rich, powerful, your friendship get tested. When you are in trouble. Yeah. So you were going, you skipped the classes and you went with your girlfriend or boyfriend to watch movie. है ना? Till now friendship is not tested. But then your mother calls and she says, let's do video calling. Now your friendship gets tested. Not with that girl or boy. Now you call your friend. अरे देख ऐसे बोल दियो, है ना? या let us do this, तू भाग के आ जा यहाँ पर, whatever. Your friendship gets tested. और भी तरीके हैं, और भी situations बन सकती हैं, but ये सब आप relate कर सकते हो, इसीलिए you know I'm trying to put you in that shoes. So these were the people who were mainly explaining the religion itself. Then came the modern philosophy. Modern philosophy was basically after Renaissance. What is Renaissance? Rebirth. So this was the time when in Europe everything started to become dominated by science. People started to become more scientific and rational in their orientation. They started to think more in scientific terms, commonsensical terms, and there was so much scientific progress, like steam engine, like this, like that. Industrial revolution was about to begin. In this era, people started to philosophize, but not like the old people. Philosophy was regenerated and the domination of religion was subdued. There was no domination of religion now. Separation of state and religion. Secularism, we will study as a topic in socio-political. Separation of state and religion started. And the moment you separated religion, philosophy became independent and very active. People started questioning. And in this questioning, two major channels arose. First is rationalism. Second is empiricism. In rationalism, there are three philosophers: Descartes, Spinoza, Leibniz, Locke, Berkeley, Hume. You might be hearing these names first time. That is why it is feeling alien. But after some time, you will remember them better and much more closely than your siblings. है ना? तो siblings के नाम याद रहे नहीं रहे, इनके नाम याद रहे. बिल्कुल भाई जैसे, बहन जैसे, बहन तो है ही नहीं, भाई जैसे ही लगेंगे. हाँ, there is no बहन in philosophy. Problem is this, that we have no female philosophers. Why? Philosophy खाली लोगों का काम है. हाँ, can a hungry person who has to work, can they do philosophy? A person who has lot of work, can they do philosophy? No. Philosophy is for rich, luxurious people who can sit like this and think, हाँ दुनिया में दुख तो बहुत है ना? समझ में आ रहा है? It is generally, you people are thinking actually, you know, I'm making this up. But yes, philosophy is for people who can think, and for thinking you need time. Time is only with people who have other means, who have things set up. है ना? If you do daily have to go for daily wages, can you think about कि भगवान ने तूने दुनिया क्यों बनाई, ये तारे कहाँ से आए? No time to think about these things. So philosophy has always been a passion for people who were intellectuals and who had time. So this period was majorly the very strong period for philosophy. After them came this rationalism and empiricism reconciled by a person known as Kant. very, very great philosopher, and the theory he will give, people generally fall in love with Kant after reading his philosophy. And he gave such a philosophy that he ended a lot of debates in the philosophical domain which were going on. Then came Hegel. Hegel was another German philosopher, and he is also known as the philosophical guide to many philosophical trends like Marxism, like Nazism. Nazism, you know? Who was Hitler? कैसे इन्होंने inspired, and spiritualism. So this was a person who inspired so much and in so different ways. And Hegel is one person, when you will read it, your mind will be open to such an extent that after some time you will be able to see things which are not visible just to eyes but to the trends that is evolving. And you will be like, वो ऐसे लोग देखे हैं जो उड़ते चिड़िया के पर गिन लेते हैं, है ना? दादाजी generally says, I can count the wings of the bird flying, or what is there any English saying for that? No, I can see what is happening in future and how it will evolve. So Hegel is a person who will give you such an insight, which will make you, you'll be able to see a lot of things happening in future. How is it going to turn out? That insight he gave. With this, our modern period also ended. Then came contemporary. Contemporary phase started with Moore, who said common sense. Means we have to be commonsensical in our approach towards world to learn about world. Then logical atomism, logical positivism, then Quine and Strawson. Another person, phenomenology. Phenomenology is nothing but meditation, and existentialism. Existentialism is what? All the self-help books inspired from here. Meditation, spiritualism inspired from phenomenology. And these are the people specifically who used language as a tool to explain this world. जितना समझ आ रहा है समझ लो. हम सिर्फ अभी क्या कर रहे हैं? Overview of our syllabus of Western philosophy. खत्म. यानी कि हमें कहाँ से शुरू करेंगे हम? प्लेटो, सेंट एंसलेम और ऑगस्टीन हम कहाँ पढ़ेंगे? फिलॉसफी ऑफ रिलीजन में, बिकॉज they were talking about religion, they were not talking just about philosophy. तो philosophy of religion चले गए. फिर यहाँ से कहाँ चालू होएगा? Descartes, Spinoza, Leibniz, Locke, Berkeley, Hume, Kant, Hegel, then Moore, logical atomism, logical positivism, Quine and Strawson, phenomenology and existentialism. Complete syllabus. Logical atomism, Russell and Wittgenstein. Existentialism, Kierkegaard, Sartre. This is our complete syllabus of Western philosophy. 1/4 of our syllabus, rather. Complete philosophy ka 1/4. Okay. Now, before this or after this, we can say we have to learn certain terms. Branches of philosophy. How many branches are there in philosophy? कुछ तो पहले से पढ़ कर आए होंगे, नहीं पढ़ के आए ना? Very good. First is metaphysics. Second is epistemology. Third is ethics. Fourth is logic. And last is aesthetics. Aesthetics means study of beauty. What makes a thing beautiful? Is it symmetry or asymmetry? Is it the color? Is it the shape of it? Is it the essence of it? What is beauty? And this definition has always changed. So in Africa there are tribes where flattened nose or big round blocks in their ears are put up. Why? Because according to them the definition of beauty is such physical traits. There is a tribe in Africa where obese women are considered to be beautiful. And what do? Feed the young girls with food and fatty food so that they can become fat at an early age. Why? Their definition of beauty. Different, very different from ours. We have a different sense of beauty. So people in Europe go for tanning. What is tanning? धूप में जाके बैठ जाते हैं हम लोग, सनस्क्रीन लगाते रहते हैं, है ना? क्यों बैठ जाते हैं? Brown. They want to have that brownish tinge or bronze effect. Different sense of beauty. So each and every country has had a different sense of beauty. Aesthetics, not part of our syllabus. Then logic. All cats are rats. All rats are bats. How many cats are? ये सब जो logical is not part of our syllabus. Though a little bit you do in CSAT, little bit. Ethics, philosophy, not part of our syllabus. GS, yes, part of our syllabus. The way a person thinks the world exists, the purpose of the world, will define the ethics. Like people who believe in God, will they have different ethics from people who do not believe in God? जो लोग भगवान से डरते हैं, the people who fear from God, generally if they do something wrong, maybe they steal something, first thought is God is looking at me. So will they be very easy, or will it be very easy for them to steal? Even if they steal, they are always in. A person who thinks there is no God, and if you say nobody will catch you, go, will they steal? Will they be in guilt? Ethics, metaphysics, say ethics. So the philosophers, all these Kant and all these Descartes and all these people we will be studying in Western philosophy, they have also said a certain things about their ethical values, and those values we will be having a hint of it, which you can use it in your GS4 paper of ethics. What Kant said, what Kant doesn't said, and how he evolved his theory, or what is existentialism. Man is condemned to be free. Important statement. What is man is condemned to be free? We are very free, and we are so free that even if we want not to be free, it cannot be done. Even if we want to blame to anybody, we cannot blame, because whatever we do is our own choice. Even not making a choice is a choice, in simple terms. So ethics, we will study it as a small portion which you will be using in GS, but it's not part of our philosophy optional. In philosophy optional, we study only these portions: metaphysics and epistemology. Physics you all know. Physics means अरे इतनी फिजिक्स पढ़ ली और उसके बाद डेफिनेशन नहीं है, चलो ठीक है, बट इस किसी को नहीं पता, चलो ठीक है छोड़ो, मैं बताऊंगी भी नहीं. So physics, in physics you study about laws of nature, specifically matter. Specifically matter, like in physics you say, you drop a 10 kg ball on the ground. If the gravity is this, what will be the speed? Or if you split a matter into many parts, it will be split into atoms. All of these, this is physics. But we never question about matter in physics. That's a taken for granted. That is the thing. Do you ever question in physics if there is matter or not? You accepted that there is matter, for which we have to evaluate either mechanical physics or some quantum physics or some other type of physics, but matter is there. What is metaphysics? Beyond physics. Those things which physics have taken for granted, ऐसी चीजें जो physics ने एकदम मान ली हैं, उनको भी question करना. Like metaphysics will question existence of matter or not. Does matter really exist or does it not exist? Does soul exist or not? If it exists, why? How? Proofs, mechanisms. What is this world made up of? Atoms. Proof. And now in this, Plato will give a world view. According to him, there will be a world view, how the world is arranged. And Aristotle will again give a world view, which will be different from Plato, but how the things are arranged in the world. What is this world made up of? Is it made up of atoms? Is it made up of energy? Or is it made up of something else? किस चीज से बना है दुनिया? वो हम मेटाफिजिक्स में देखेंगे. क्या बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स सीधा क्या? Yes, definition, don't worry, I'll give you. Don't worry, metaphysics, ये सब टर्म्स की डेफिनेशन आपको मिल जाएंगे, अभी तो सिर्फ समझ लो. Okay. So metaphysics talks about existence or the substance. What is this world made up of? And this is also known as ontology. This side or this branch or this particular question, that what is this world made up of, is also known as ontology. So the question of metaphysics means question that what is this world made up of. इसका जो भी आंसर है वो क्या है? मेटाफिजिक्स. ये दुनिया आत्मा से बनी है. आंसर क्या है? मेटाफिजिक्स का क्वेश्चन था, आंसर इज आत्मा. मैटर से बनी है, मेटाफिजिकल क्वेश्चन. So anything it is made up of. Is it made up of small atoms or is it made up of force? Is it made up of electrostatic forces? Whatever. जो भी आप इसका आंसर दोगे वो क्या है? मेटाफिजिक्स और इन अदर टर्म्स ऑन्टोलॉजी. साइंस के हिसाब से अभी आप लोगों को सिर्फ साइंस पता है ना? यू पीपल नो ओनली साइंस. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू साइंस, व्हाट इज दिस वर्ल्ड मेड अप ऑफ? Material, atoms. Can you break atoms? Okay. Electron, protons, neutrons. Can you break electrons, protons, neutrons? Quarks. Can you break quarks? Leptons. इतना ही साइंस आ रहा है. Leptons. Can leptons be breaked? Can you break leptons further? Yes. So according to science, world is made up of, they still don't have an answer. But they cannot say that. So that is why they generally tell you world is made up of. But really? So there must be some other things also which all these philosophers will be talking about, and we will see what are their conceptions of world. Then epistemology. To know this world, or to know if atom is the real essence of the world, if the world is made up of atoms or not, we should have knowledge. We should have knowledge, and to have knowledge, we should have knowledge about sources of knowledge. कैसे हम लोगों को पता चलती है कोई भी चीज? How do you know about this world? Sense organs. What are the 5 sense organs? Eyes, nose, ears, skin, tongue, taste buds. 5 sense organs, and you get to know about this world. Is there any other faculty through which you can know the world? Any other faculty? Reasoning. Can you use your reason to think about a lot of things? Even if you have not sensed certain things, can you reason about them? Example, politics. Can you make understand? Do you understand when I say politics? किसने taste की है politics? Touch, taste, smell. But you know politics. Okay. What is Tata? Tata company. A company, fine, or corporation. Touch, taste, smell. कुछ करा है Tata को? But you can think about Tata. You can think about the progress of Tata and all these things. So there must be another faculty beyond experience also that we are using to know things. That is reason. That is reason. So कुछ तरीके हैं जिनसे हमें knowledge मिलती है. There are certain ways in which we get knowledge. Now, should there be some limit to knowledge, or we can know everything? Is there any limit to our knowledge? किसने माइक्रोवेव्स देखी हैं? Can you see microwaves? Can you see? You cannot see microwaves. Why? Because they are beyond the visual spectrum. ये तो साइंस है, ये तो फिलोसफी भी शुरू ही नहीं हुई. तुम्हारे तो साइंस के फंडे नहीं है. साइंस आज जाके एक स्पेक्ट्रम का चार्ट मिल जाएगा ऑनलाइन, है ना? गूगल पे डालना, वहां पे मिल जाएगा, है ना? व्हाट इज द विजुअल रेंज ऑफ ह्यूमन आई? हाँ, नैनोमीटर्स में 400 to 700. मैं दे रही हूँ, तुम्हें दे रही हूँ एग्जाम, कौन दे रहा है? ये सब तो बेसिक बायोलॉजी है, बेसिक साइंस. ओके, फाइन. Coming back. So there is some limit to our knowledge in which, you know, what we can know, what we cannot know, and there should be some validity to our knowledge. Validity means proof. Whatever we have known is true or not. There must be some validity. Example, you were going on a voyage in a desert, and it was hot sunny day, and you found a source of water, an oasis. You went running. You saw that oasis, but just when you reached it, you found it was only a mirage. पता है ना ये सबको? All of you know that when there is hot summers in a desert, the sand sparkles, and due to the scientific, or what do you say, reflection, पता है ना सबको? Because using those things, the sand sparkles and creates an illusion of, or mirage of, oasis. Now, did your eyes tell you truth at the first time? Did they tell you the truth at the second time? Yes, for now. But how can you be certain that your eyes are not fooling you now? The second time, you can touch the sand. Yes. So when you touch the sand, what did you do? You validated your knowledge. You validated your knowledge. So before you trust anything as true or false, you must always validate. So validity is really important. बस यही पढ़ना है हमें, खत्म. All the philosophers we will study in the heads of metaphysics and कैसे हम जान सकते हैं और दुनिया किस चीज से बनी हुई है. लगभग सभी फिलॉसफीज में जो हमारी 17 और 10 जो है मतलब 27 है ना, 27 philosophies that in paper 1 we have to read. We just have to read about metaphysical understanding and epistemological understanding of various philosophers, these 27 people. And when we will read a philosopher, don't just learn that philosopher, try to connect with that philosopher, exactly taking him with an image. कि ये जो हमारे बाबा जी हैं, जैसे Plato will look like बाबा जी. So how does Plato think? What was his worldview? You will enjoy it then, you know, at that point of time. Now if you think something, fine, you have a lot of means to know. But at that time when Plato started in BC's 300, 400 BC, before Christ, how many of you know that BC and AD difference? Clear? Anybody who's not knowing it? 0 year, the day Christ was born. In this direction there is AD or CE. CE means common era, Anno Domini. 1 AD, 2 AD, ऐसे करते करते 500 AD, ऐसे जो भी हम चलाना चाहें, ठीक है. And when we go in this direction, then it is BC, before Christ, or before common era. Here when we go, then we go in opposite direction, like now 5 BC is older than or younger than 1 BC? Older than, है ना? It's older. Always remember this. Okay, this is how things go. So this person like Plato and all were in 500, 400 BC. That you know, ancient they are. At that time they thought about such things. That is the beauty of it. At that time they devised such techniques. That is the beauty of it. ठीक है. Now syllabus समझ में आ गया? क्या करेंगे समझ में आ गया? तो अब हम इसके अलावा और कुछ चाहते हो या हम सीधा शुरू कर दें? एक चीज और देख लेते हैं, डिफरेंस बिटवीन वेस्टर्न एंड इंडियन फिलॉसफी. इंडियन फिलॉसफी में we always talk about purpose of life. Why are we here? How to remove suffering of the world? All the religions, any religion you take, they are talking about, or any philosophy you take, they will be talking about, except few, always they will be talking about suffering and the way to overcome suffering. Now these Western philosophers were not so much concerned about suffering. They were more concerned about intellectual curiosity. Western people were more oriented. आज भी है? आज भी है? Can you see the difference? Today also, they are not so much concerned about this suffering, way to suffering, मोक्ष. वो लोग इतना मोक्ष, लिबरेशन ये सब नहीं करते इतना. हमारे यहाँ तो हर आदमी करता है लगभग, है ना? They are more about natural science, cosmology. They were more mainly cosmologists. मतलब natural science means how is this happening? If it is raining, why is it raining? Is there some mechanism behind it? If it is raining, then is it dependent on winds? Geography निकल गई. So they were always concerned about natural sciences, how things are happening. So they were more about intellectual curiosity. They were more about intellectual curiosity. तो इसीलिए वेस्टर्न फिलोसफी में रास्ते नहीं बताए गए, जैसे हमारे यहाँ रास्ते बताए गए हैं इंडियन फिलोसफी में, है ना. इन इंडियन फिलोसफी वी हैव ऑलवेज टॉक्ड अबाउट वेज ऑफ ओवरकमिंग सफरिंग. घर बार छोड़ दो, पूजा पाठ करो, भक्ति करो, है ना. You do bhakti, you meditate, then you find Brahm, and then you get liberated out of the cycle of birth and death. This is the way in our Indian philosophy. They have not talked about such ways. According to them, knowing the world is important. They want to know how things are happening, why things are happening, how you can explain this nature that is there. Whatever it is there, they want to explain this. So their mode of thinking is intellectual curiosity. Then in India, the development of philosophy was parallel. Parallel means at the same time all the schools were existing. Same time Buddhists were there, same time Nyayikas were there, same time Vedantins are there. Just like today, we have a lot of religions working together. Similarly, there also, in ancient times also, all the philosophies were working together, fighting among themselves, making peace, convert everything. So Buddhist will go and have a verbal fight with Vedantin. Both will fight. Whoever will lose will become disciple of the other. This is how the story went. This is how things evolved. But at the same time, all the philosophies were existing side by side. So development was parallel. Western में अभी हमने क्या देखा? Was it parallel? It was vertical, ancient, medieval, modern, contemporary. Parallel, oh sorry, vertical. It was vertical, it was horizontal or parallel. In Indian philosophy, there were schools. Schools means bade ashram, big ashrams, big groups of teachers having disciples. How many of you are Vedantins? How many of you are Buddhists? हाँ, अब ये योगा वगैरह का इतना रेलेवेंस रहा नहीं है उस तरीके से एज अ रिलीजन. हाउ मेनी, अच्छा ऐसे समझो, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर वैष्णव? So these philosophy of Indians were majorly schools. One rishi, his disciple, another rishi, his disciple, another rishi. It continued. ये अगस्त्य ऋषि थे, इनके पुत्र ये थे, उनके पुत्र ये थे, उन्होंने भी चलाया. पूरा एक स्कूल चल रहा है, डिसाइपल्स डेली बन रहे हैं. So you can become a Vedantin after reading Vedant, and if you want to join, if you want to do it, you can become Vedantin. So they were growing. There were big groups, schools. But in Western philosophy, majorly individual philosopher. Majorly individual philosophers. प्लेटो मतलब प्लेटो को सपोर्ट करने वाले लोगों को हम प्लेटोनियंस कह देते हैं. द पीपल हु सपोर्टेड द फिलॉसफी ऑफ प्लेटो, वी कॉल देम प्लेटोनियंस. बट प्लेटो वाज प्लेटो. He doesn't have big ashram with lot of disciples that we are the Platonians, we will fight anybody who will come to our, no. They're like, हाँ, we subscribe to your ideas, you're fine. That kind of thing. So they were majorly individual philosophers. Apart from that, Indian philosophy defines it as a way of life. Way of life means whatever philosophy told us, we accepted it as a way of life. Way of life means vegetarianism. Philosophy of Jainism told you should not hurt anybody. Then we adopted vegetarianism, and that's a way of life. Way of life. Karma theory, even if whatever happens, we feel it's okay. Maybe it's, the reason that our karmas are not right. So we can give solace to ourselves. Way of life. All the things, daily bathing, doing puja, way of life. But similar is not there. They have not adopted their philosophy. Western philosophers have not adopted their philosophy into their way of life. They might even reject time. They might even reject space. But they will still exist in space. They will still take, watch and see time. So it is like, even when they gave philosophy, it was only for intellectual satisfaction. It was not to solve any problem in our daily life. डेली लाइफ से उन्हें कोई मतलब नहीं, आप परेशान हो, दुखी हो, कोई बात नहीं. हम क्या बता रहे हैं? हम आपको बता रहे हैं कि ये दुनिया बनी किस चीज से. So even if you know this world is made up of atoms or air or water, does it make any difference? Actually, you people are concerned. Are you ever been concerned about this thing? What the world is made up of? You are more concerned about selection. दे दो भैया, है ना? Just give us the selection, है ना? Just tell me, will I be having good life? Will I be able to take care of my family? All of these things are your concerns. Even if this world is made up of X element or Y element or Z element, it doesn't matter to you, because your real concerns are daily emotional things. So Indian philosophy addresses that. That is why when you read Indian philosophy, your mind gets very settled. You will feel much more easy and comfortable. That is why these Westerners flock to India. है ना? They become depressed, they become so agitated with all those things, and then they come to India and they go to Karoli Baba, Himachal Pradesh, ashram or some mandir. है ना? Mark Zuckerberg went, and what is this person of Apple? Steve Jobs went there. So why these people are coming here? Even after so much philosophy they have, because their philosophy never addressed the concerns of spiritual dilemmas. They never addressed the concerns of life. They never gave the answer about problems of life. Why are we here? What happens to us after we die? That's the big question. Do we get rebirth or it ends? If it ends, then you will live in a different manner. And if there is a rebirth, you will live in a different manner. If karma theory is right, then you will live in a very different manner. And if there is no karma theory, your ethics and your, living your life will be absolutely different. So that is why these people come here, to find that spiritual solace, to find that purpose which is found in Indian philosophy. And you will also feel that when you will be reading Indian philosophy, a lot of your concerns will get addressed. That's like mental healing. Mental healing, like it's something similar to psychological counseling through philosophical fundas given in various schools. But this is not found in Western philosophy. Western philosophy is more closer to science. So that is why when we will study Western philosophy, we will see a lot of correlations with science, a lot of correlations. Newton gave a theory, it had philosophical implications. Einstein gave a theory, philosophical implications. Some philosophers like Leibniz, great mathematicians and philosopher. Kant gave theory on everything on the earth. Aristotle talked about, how many of you know Aristotle is father to so many sciences? Father of biology, father of this, father of sub Aristotle. He was a philosopher and he yet, gave birth to so many sciences. So that is why when we read Western philosophy, we have to understand it is more closer to science. Indian philosophy is more closer to spirituality. So when we read this, it will be more focused on materialism and practical evidences, what to, about things. Here, karma theory, God, Ishwar, Jeev, rebirth. On which basis do you get rebirth and all those things in Indian philosophy? Fine. Let us start with first philosopher, that is Plato. How much time we are left with? Oh, we have some 15-20 minutes. अरे घड़ी देख के बताओ. 4:30. हाँ, ओके. 5:30. 2 घंटे की क्लास करें, 2.5 घंटे की करें? 2.5 घंटे की. ओह, इतना मजा आ गया तुम लोगों को फिलॉसफी पढ़ने में. ओके, so let us start with Plato. प्लेटो को समझने के लिए हम पहले 2 फिलोसोफर्स को देखेंगे. Heraclitus and Parmenides. According to Heraclitus, everything is changing. Everything is changing in the world. How many of you agree? Everything is changing. Even the air we have just breathed, is it changed just after few seconds? It has changed. This table, so strong, so nice. 10 years, 100 years, 1000 years, maybe dust. Maybe it will turn to dust. Changing. Were you the same when you were 15 years back? You were smaller, chubbier, है ना, cuter, and more innocent, more badmash, okay? And as the time went by, things changed. Now you are this worried, है ना, unhappy, fearful, young, stressed youth, है ना? हाँ, we सब depressed. So now this doubting youth you have become. So things have changed. Will you remain the same next 10 years? Things will change again. So this means everything is changing. And is it changing continuously? Yes, everything is changing continuously. Nothing is stagnant, nothing is same. So according to Heraclitus, we cannot bathe in the same river twice. There is a river, आपने एक डुबकी लगाई, जब तक दूसरी लगाने लगे तब तक same river थी क्या? Changed. You cannot bathe in the same river twice. Everything is changing, and according to Heraclitus, only thing that is true is change. But according to Parmenides, change is fine, but there is certain stability or permanence. Now tell me, even if you die, will humanity be wiped? If one cat dies, will cats become extinct? If you cut a tree, it's fine, tree is changing, there are seed, plant, tree changing. But the concept of tree, is it changing? It's remaining the same. 15 years back, same. 150 years back, concept of tree. 1500 years back, will it change in next 15 years? 150 years? This means even when individual trees are changing, the concept of tree is not. One human can die, but the concept of humanity is not dying. This means everything is permanent. ऐसी ही चल रही थी दुनिया 15 years back with slight changes. Things were like this only. Somebody else would have been teaching, not in the same class, in some other class. You know, somebody else would have been hearing and learning 150 years back. Somebody else would have been there 1500 years back. ये आश्रम होता है ना, ये आश्रम होता, तुम लोग वो कहते हैं कौन से वाले उससे आते, गुरुकुल में आते है ना. पता नहीं फीमेल आचार्य उस टाइम पे इतनी पॉपुलर थी नहीं थी. हाँ आचार्य जी, तुम लोग ऐसे मॉडर्न कपड़े नहीं पहने होते, वो डाल के आए हुए होते, बट system, is it changing? This means that there are certain permanent things which are not changing. So according to Parmenides, things are not changing, everything is permanent. Modern philosophy, very recent phenomena. Very ancient, but their actual philosophies never became part of the mainstream. Yet they were very learned female thinkers, especially in Vedic period, you know? Like Gargi and all those thinkers we study in ancient India, but their philosophies never became mainstream. So according to Parmenides, things are not changing. सब कुछ परमानेंट है. ह्यूमन तो ह्यूमन ही है, एक मर जाए, दो मर जाए, चार मर जाए. Does it have any effect on humans itself or humanity itself? No. Monkey. Of course, these are two people. And when we study a philosopher, we always have to understand that each philosopher thinks according to their own understanding. We will never judge them right and wrong, because judging somebody right and wrong will depend on a lot of things. And I told you now, there are no judgments in the person who is the least judgmental is the best philosopher. The person who is the best, who judges instantaneously, cannot be the philosopher, because he has taken sides. When we are talking about Heraclitus, yes, he has certain truth in what he is saying. Yes, things are changing. And yet when we talk about Parmenides, he is also saying something right, that there are a lot of things which are not changing. Humans are dying, but humanity is not changing. Dogs are dying, but dogness is not changing. Tables are getting destroyed, but tableness, don't laugh, this is this concept itself. Tableness is not destroying. Even if I destroy this table and then I say there was a table, will you understand what am I talking about? Table. Today dinosaurs are not here. But when I say dinosaur, you can imagine, because there is a concept of dinosaur-ness in your mind, through which you can know it, even when you have not experienced it. किसी ने असली में छुआ है डायनासोर को, देखा है? Yet you can imagine, yet you can reason that there must have been such beings as dinosaurs. So now both of them were having fight. There were people who were saying no, only reality is change, and there were people, they were talking about no, only reality of the world is permanent, change is not the reality. Now came the Plato. Plato said, yes, you are right, you are also right, you are also right. When we see a cow, it changes, small bachda, grow, big cow, then very old cow, then a dead cow. There is definitely a change. So in this particular cow, there is definitely a change. But the concept of cowness doesn't change. Even when this cow dies, there comes another cow, and we can recognize that cow. And apart from that, वेस्टर्न काउ, अफ्रीकन काउ, इंडियन काउ, है ना, और काउ की स्पीशीज के नाम बताओ, हैरियर काउस, और वो कौन सी है, जर्सी काउ, न्यूजीलैंड की काउ, all of these cows. But how do you know all these animals are cows? How do you know? They have certain essential thing, which is the essence of these, which is cowness. Because a cow can be black. Okay, tell me, can a cow be black? Can a cow be white? Can a cow be brown? Can a cow be of spotted, different colors? Is color the essential property of a cow? बताओ, काउनेस में आएगी कलर? एक रेड काउ देखी, एक ब्लैक काउ देखी, एक ब्राउन काउ देखी, एक व्हाइट काउ देखी, एक स्पॉटेड काउ देखी, पर आपको कैसे पता ये सब काउ हैं? उनमें क्या है? They all have cowness. They have something common, that is cowness. So this cowness is not changing, even when the cows are changing. A cow can be of any color, any shape also. Supposedly, there is a cow with only one amputated leg. Will that animal be still a cow? अब एक टांग नहीं है उसकी, उसकी तो 3 टांगे हुई, क्या वो स्टिल काउ है? उसे काउ रिकॉग्नाइज करते हो? Why? But cow is an animal with 4 legs. क्यों काउ कहा आपने उसको? This means that there is something in all these animals which our mind can recognize as cowness. Even when we don't know, even if we find a new color, we can still recognize them as cows. Tables of different shape, drawing table, dining table, study table, all of these, still you call them all because they carry a common tableness in them. This means cows change, but cowness remains permanent. Cow changes, but cowness remains permanent. Table changes, but tableness remains permanent. और क्या हो सकता है बताओ? हॉर्स, हॉर्सनेस, मैन, मैननेस, सारी चीजें सब चीजों के लिए बना सकते हैं. This means particulars we see in this world are changing. They can change and they are always changing. Is there anything permanent in this world? Just the concepts. Cowness, humanness, tableness, all of these, bookness. किताब का एक कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, अब ई बुक बना लो उसको, आप नॉर्मल बुक बना लो, कुछ भी बना लो, लेकिन बुक का एक particular book can change, but bookness cannot change. Now this thing which is not changing, where is it found? In this world, do you found cowness or do you found cow? Cow. In this world, we find only cow. Now according to Plato, in this world everything is changing. We find only particulars. Particulars matlab, I am a particular, this table is a particular, you each is a particular. We find only particulars, and these are changing and always changing. And here we do not find anything permanent. Now this permanent cowness, this permanent manness, this stableness, where should they live? एक और दुनिया होनी चाहिए, एक और दुनिया होगी जहां पर ये रहते होंगे. Some ideal world. भाई ये दुनिया तो imperfect है. This world is imperfect. This world is made up of particulars that change. Over and above this world of particulars, we find a world of ideas. तो काव कहाँ मिलेगी? यहाँ पे. ऊपर क्या मिलेगी? और ये जो काउनेस है, किसी भी काव को देखो, अल्टीमेटली वो कहाँ से निकली होगी? Wherever you see, but these cows must have originated from cowness. There is a permanent universal, so this is particular, ideas or universal, that is common. This means manness will be found in world of ideas. Man will be found in world of particulars. या फिर world of experience. Can you experience this world? Touch, taste, smell. You can touch, taste, smell a cow. Can you touch, taste, smell a cowness? This means this is the world of experience. This is the world of particulars. World of cows, humans, tables, chairs, shoes. And all of these are changeable. All of these are changeable. All of these are perishable. Perishable मतलब खत्म हो जाएंगी. They will die or get destroyed one day. Howsoever strong table, destroyed one day. Howsoever healthy a person is, will die one day. Is there anything permanent in this world of experience? Anything you experience, is there anything permanent? Everything you see, touch, even plastic, thousands of years, but yet can get destroyed. Strong elements can get destroyed. Time लगेगा, लेकिन everything is perishable. So this is the world of change, perishable and mutation or mutable. देखो अंग्रेजी है ये सब, concept एक ही था. Can you see? Concept was one, concept हो गया. Now we are learning the English. Half of philosophy classes are English classes. Because concept is small, but then you need words to express it in different manners. It's same, changeable, mutable, perishable, experiential world, world of particulars. All of these are terms, nothing else. It means the same, that this world is the world which changes and is dependent on our experience. But this cow which changes depends on cowness, and this cowness is, अब यहाँ से उल्टा कर दो, changeable है तो ये क्या होगा? परमानेंट, ये पेरिशेबल है तो ये क्या होगा, ये म्यूटेबल है तो ये क्या होगा, ये ट्रांजिएंट है, ट्रांजिएंट मतलब थिंग्स दैट चेंज, तो ये क्या होगा, इटर्नल, इटर्नल मतलब सदा सदा के लिए, ना आदि ना अंत. दिस मीन्स eternal means that thing which doesn't get destroyed, which has no beginning and no end, no beginning and no end, eternal. So cowness has always been there, even when the cows on the earth have died many times, they have changed, they have evolved, but the cowness doesn't change. So many humans have come and gone on this earth, but humanness doesn't change. Anything and everything under the sun here on earth is changing, but the ideas on which they are modeled, ideas or concept on which they are modeled doesn't change. And these concepts or ideas remain where? In the world of ideas, in the world of transcendental world. This is another name for this world is transcendental world. जैसे heaven, अब इसको अगर हमें समझना हो इंडियन कंटेक्स्ट में, heaven and earth, अर्थ पे क्या है, काउ, हेवन में क्या है, कामधेनु, कामधेनु, कामधेनु इज लाइक cow with all the good characteristics. On earth we have imperfect people. In heaven, स्वर्ग में कैसे लोग हैं, perfect, विष्णु perfect. समझ में आ रहा है, something similar he is talking about, that this world of particulars, this earth which we experience is changeable, perishable, mutable, transient. Here everything is changing, but there must be a world, that is the world of ideas, where there must be these ideas like cowness, manness, stableness, beauty, justice, which never change. The sense of justice, the concept of justice never change. On earth, our actions may be justifiable or non-justifiable. On earth, we may have justice or not, but the concept of justice remains permanent. तो इसने क्या किया, दो दुनिया बना दी. What did he do? He created two worlds, two separate worlds, world of experience and world of ideas, world of particulars and world of universals, world of change and world of permanence. दो दुनिया. परफेक्ट कहाँ पे है, ट्रांसेंडेंटल वर्ल्ड इज परफेक्ट एंड दिस वर्ल्ड इज imperfect. Now according to him, बड़ा अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट है, ऐसे देखो, अब ये काउनेस ने किसी ने कुकी बनते हुए देखी है? Have you seen a biscuit factory? Biscuit factory. So how do you make biscuits or cakes or anything? There is a mold. There is a mold जिसमें space होता है. There is a space for, so you pour something and you get a similar shape. All the parle-g is of same shape. All the soaps are of same shape because the mold is same. So now if you understand, try to understand this cowness. Is it like a mold? Is it like a mold in which you pour red color cow, red color cow, you pour white color cow, you pour black color cow. Now there is a mold for humans, है ना? You make a mixture, तो आपने थोड़ा सा ब्राउन कलर मिलाया, फिर थोड़ी सी आर्गुमेंटेशन मिलाई, थोड़ी सी गुडनेस मिलाई, थोड़ी सी इवलनेस मिलाई, फिर स्प्रिंकल कर दिया थोड़ा सा इंटेलिजेंस भी, ये सब किया, देन यू पुट इट इन दी मोल्ड ऑफ इंडियन। थोड़ा सा वाइट कलर ज्यादा कर दिया, है ना, अमेरिकन थोड़ा, बट मैननेस इज कॉमन, द मोल्ड इज कॉमन। तो ऐसा तो कुछ कॉमन है, तभी तो सारे मैन हैं हम भाई, ह्यूमंस। नाउ दिस मीन्स दैट मोल्ड इज कॉमन, यानी मैननेस और ह्यूमननेस इज कॉमन, दो मैन एंड ह्यूमंस हेयर आर डिफरेंट। और अब ये मोल्ड तो परफेक्ट है, लेकिन कभी कभी क्या होता है, कुकी निकाल रहे थे, टूट गई आधी, निकल जाती, निकल, आर ऑल कुकीज ऑफ एग्जैक्टली द सेम शेप, एग्जैक्टली, थोड़ा डिफरेंट होता है ना। पार्ले जी में भी देखो, कभी बिस्किट खा रहे होंगे तो ऐसे ही ना, हल्का सा ऐसे उबड़ खाबड़ सा, है ना, पार्ले जी के अंदर वो जैसे जी लिखा हुआ है तो वो ऐसे ऐसे पूरा ना हो गया ऐसे, there is some imperfection, so in that perfect mold there is a perfect human shape, perfect human form, but when the pouring is done with the increasing population, the imperfectness जल्दी जल्दी काम करना है, मोल्ड एक ही है, ये मैं बोल रही हूँ, प्लेटो ने नहीं बोला। तो imperfectness come, now we all are what, imperfect copies of that humanness, perfectness is, perfect humanness is mold, वो तो perfect है, हम सब क्या है, copies, and that also imperfect copies of that humanness. Now this is the imperfect world, but the perfect world is transcendental world. तो ये वर्ल्ड क्या है असलियत में, this world of experience is just a copy made out of perfect world of ideas. This means cowness is there, from which all the cows are made copies of. Humanness is there, all the humans are copies of. There is also an idea of beauty, all the beautiful things, may it be painting, may it be table, may it be human, copies of that beauty. Perfect justice is in the higher realm. We have whatever senses, inferior justice, inferior equality, inferior democracy. Perfect democracy कहाँ है? World of ideas या transcendental world. यहाँ पे क्या है? Imperfect. Copy theory of Plato. Theory of ideas of Plato. Theory of ideas क्या है? What do you understand by the theory of ideas of Plato? Cowness मतलब क्या है? Idea. This is idea. It is also known as form. This means cow is a particular, cowness is a universal. Cow is a thing or being. Cowness is a or concept or form. Now, things and beings are found here, but the ideas and the concepts which are perfect are found in the transcendental world. And these ideas are like molds from which these particular things are made, just like a cookie mold. अगर ऐसे इमेजिन करो तो ऊपर भगवान के पास एक मोल्ड है. किसी ने वो देखी है मूवी बॉस बेबी? बॉस बेबी ना, सो लाइक देयर इज अ सप्लाई चेन, है ना, कि हाँ कार्टून सीरीज है बॉस बेबी। छोटा बच्चा है वो दिखाते हैं कि भगवान के पास एक पूरी फैक्ट्री लगी हुई है बच्चों की, है ना, तो उसमें से अब निकल निकल के बच्चे आ रहे हैं, कुछ इम्परफेक्ट बच्चे होते हैं उनको निकाल के ऐसे वो कर देते, मतलब देख लेना जाके यूट्यूब पे, छोटा सा देख लोगे समझ में आ जाएगा। So something like this, Plato has also imagined that there are some molds up there from which we all have come. कुछ कुछ बात समझ में आ रही है? तो असलियत में जो वर्ल्ड ऑफ या ट्रांसेंडेंटल वर्ल्ड है वो किस चीज का बना है? व्हाट इज इट मेड अप ऑफ? आइडियाज। एंड व्हाट इज दिस वर्ल्ड मेड अप ऑफ? हम जहां रह रहे हैं particulars or things or beings, but things and beings are changeable, perishable, mutable. So can they be true? Can you have any true knowledge about them? Any knowledge should be permanent, and true means always true, isn't it? भाई truth का मतलब क्या है? When you say that I want to know truth, तो अभी वाला ट्रुथ या हमेशा रहने वाला ट्रुथ? हमेशा रहने वाला ट्रुथ। सो ट्रुथ इज दैट विच इज परमानेंट इन नेचर। ट्रुथ कैन नॉट बी ट्रांजिएंट। ये ट्रुथ की वैलिडिटी है 2 घंटा या 5 घंटा, तो वो ट्रुथ है क्या? इट इज अ फैक्ट, ट्रांजिएंट फैक्ट। फैक्ट तो चेंज हो जाएगा। ट्रुथ के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो truth of reality, so that truth should be permanent, that truth should be imperishable, immutable and eternal. So this world is definitely true, but if this world is changeable, perishable, mutable, can you say this table is absolutely truth for all times? ये आज है कल, तो उसको हम ट्रुथ कह सकते हैं क्या? नहीं कह सकते। यानी प्लेटो के हिसाब से कौन सी दुनिया सबसे ज्यादा ट्रू है? ये वाली दुनिया उतनी ही ट्रू है जितनी हम लोग आइडियाज से के थ्रू इसको मान सकते हैं, क्योंकि इस दुनिया में तो सब कुछ चेंज हो रहा है। इफ दिस एवरीथिंग इज चेंजिंग, कैन वी हैव एनी परमानेंट नॉलेज अबाउट दिस वर्ल्ड? नो। Therefore, we should focus on which knowledge? Knowledge about ideas or knowledge about things? Knowledge about ideas. Because the knowledge about ideas is बस इतने टर्म्स याद कर लो, 25-30 वर्ड्स हैं ये, इम्यूटेबल, इटर्नल, पेरिशेबल, इनफाइनाइट, ये सारी चीजें ना यही यूज होती है फिलोसफी की, यही लैंग्वेज है। जैसे लॉयर्स की लैंग्वेज होती है ना, एज यू डीम फिट, मेडिकल की लैंग्वेज होती है ना, द डिजीज इज कॉज्ड बाय दिस, देयर इज अ बैड प्रोग्नोसिस, मेडिकल टर्म है, मेडिकल लैंग्वेज है। उसी तरह फिलोसफी की लैंग्वेज क्या है? मेटाफिजिक्स, एपिस्टेमोलॉजी, परमानेंट, इम्पेरिशेबल, म्यूटेबल, इटर्नल, आइडिया, यही सब है हमारी लैंग्वेज, और यही लिखनी है हमें आंसर्स में इन सिंपल टर्म्स। तो यानी कि ये जो टेबल है ये क्या है? पेरिशेबल, चेंजेबल, म्यूटेबल, transient, and it's a particular, it's a thing, and where is it residing? In the world of experience, this world of experience को empirical world भी कह सकते हैं। empirical world मतलब जिसको साइंस के द्वारा टेस्ट किया जा सकता है। यहाँ पे हम साइंस के द्वारा टेस्ट कर सकते हैं ना। does it produce sound? test, empirical world, world of experience or world of particulars or world of things. And but even when the table is changeable, the concept of tableness is, and where we find that? And this world is also known as world of This is also known as, and in this the ideas are example of ideas, cowness, manness, tableness, बना सकते हो पिज्जानेस, पिज्जा था या नहीं पता नहीं, but you can make everything, justice, beauty, democracy, idea of democracy, idea of love, idea of friendship, perfect love is found in, तो यहाँ पे जितने भी लोग प्यार कर रहे हैं वो सब क्या है, उनका लव कैसा है, अरे तुम्हारे लिए जरूरी है, पढ़ने में ध्यान लगाओ, हाँ क्या बोलो बोलो, ठीक है, समझ में आ गई, तो किस चीज के लिए जाना है हमें, ये सिलेक्शन है तुम्हारा, ठीक है। So according to Plato, the perfect knowledge is found in world of ideas or transcendental world. This is his theory of ideas, and when he divided two worlds, this is known as dichotomy of worlds. Dichotomy of world means, but dichotomy मतलब, डाइको मतलब दो, टॉमी मतलब काटना, सिंपल अंग्रेजी है ये, है ना, कोई बहुत मुश्किल टर्म नहीं है, डाइको मतलब दो, टॉमी मतलब काटना. So when he cut the world into two worlds, transcendental world and empirical world, this concept of making two worlds is known as dichotomy of two worlds that he created. हो गया, थ्योरी ऑफ आइडियाज खत्म, आज इतना ही पढ़ेंगे, आज इतना ही पढ़ेंगे, बाकी वी विल मीट ऑन, हमारी क्लासेस कैसे चलेंगी, मंडे टू फ्राइडे, सैटरडे यू विल हैव टेस्ट, ठीक है, अब बिकॉज वी हैवंट स्टडीड मच दिस सैटरडे, वी वोंट बी कीपिंग अ टेस्ट, लेट अस मीट ऑन मंडे, we will complete, we will continue with Plato. Okay, bye bye. हाँ, ऑनलाइन बच्चों को if they have any doubt or anything, please tell me. Okay, anyone, if you have any doubt, please raise your hands. Timing of class is 3 to 5:15. I don't believe in teaching too much. No doubt. You people have seriously no doubt. हाँ.
The experience world also, the things from where we get the idea, the permanent thing from where permanent thing present.
बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स करो, कुछ नहीं कुछ नहीं. Remember in philosophy, never make it complex. More complex. देखो, all of these are concepts which these people, these intelligent people, have not been able to find answers to. Nothing can be proved, no judgment can be given in philosophy. Never ever. Everything is, you learn about Plato. Supposedly, you start liking Plato. Aristotle will come and demolish Plato. He will prove him wrong. Supposedly, you fall in love with Aristotle. Then, Descartes will come and criticize. You like Descartes, suddenly you started feeling with, philosophy is a spree of making mental barriers. It will teach you that anything can be criticized. It will make you a perfect Nand and Sas. Means, or a good media person. Media persons का सबसे best क्या होता है? any philosophers are criticizers, nindaras. हाँ.
Cup of tea to only the males who were rich and all.
No.
Because women were not rich.
No, they were not allowed. So all of these are things which command power, and women were not allowed to have access to such circles. है ना? They were majorly confined to kitchen and all of these things. And definitely there would have been women who must have had very great philosophical ideas, and they might have written it. But again, so it's like who will read and who will popularize, who will publish? A lot of problems. So that is why definitely so that is why we say there is a lopsidedness in the subject itself, in all the subjects itself, not this subject. See, any subject you find, you will find female thinkers only in contemporary times majorly, else the views of women were not taken into very important consideration during olden days. That is why now it is important that you people listen more to fine, don't complicate. Philosophy should be understood in as simple manner. Moment you complicate, उलझ जाओगे, है ना? धागे उलझ जाते हैं ना, उलझ जाएंगे. उलझाना नहीं है ना, उलझना है. जिस सिंपल लाइन में हम आपको लेके चल रहे हैं, उतने सिंपल तरीके से इसे समझो और उतने ही सिंपल तरीके से इसे लिख के आ जाओ. सिंपल तरीके से मार्क्स लो, सिंपल सिलेक्शन लो, जितना उलझना है उसके सिलेक्शन के बाद उलझो उलझो जो करना है, लेकिन तब तक learn philosophy in a very simple manner. Okay, fine. चल. Online people, I will get this issue rectified that you could not get the link. Okay, I will get it rectified. We will continue on Monday, same timing.